After having released many successful products, Steve Jobs hoped to create a touchscreen tablet that you can type directly on. After reviewing the capabilities of this first tablet, he decided to make it in mobile form. Therefore, Apple revealed the first iPhone on January 9, 2007. It was priced at around $499 to $599 in comparison to the other smartphones in the market, like the BlackBerry, the Samsung Blackjack, and the Palm Trio, which were priced around $199 to $299. It's funny how many features the iPhone lacked back when it was first released in comparison to all the capabilities the current iPhones have. It had a 3.5-inch screen, a 2-megapixel camera, and was praised for its multi-touch features. Everyone was so eager to get this product, there were lines of people outside of the stores that formed days before the release. Many stores ran out of stock only an hour after the actual release of the phone. In the next model, the iPhone 3G, Apple added the faster 3G network, more storage, and built-in GPS. They also offered what is called location services, which Jobs predicted was going to be a really big deal on the iPhone. This version of the iPhone was much cheaper than the first one, selling for around $199 at the base 8GB model. Then came the iPhone 3GS, which was twice as fast and even less expensive than the 3G. In 2010, the iPhone 4 was released with an improved FaceTime video, and it had the first ever high-resolution Retina screen. When the iPhone 5 was released, it had been a little less than a year since Steve Jobs had stepped down due to his health issues. CEO Tim Cook launched the phone, which had a 4-inch screen. Other changes were made to future models, like the addition of health and fitness apps, color options, improved cameras, and they just continued getting faster systems overall.
The iPhone was a revolutionary step forward in the world of technology and smartphones. Many smartphones like BlackBerry, Palm, and other Samsung phones at the time of the first iPhone launch had hardware keyboards, and those with touchscreens were resistive and required the use of a stylus pen. To this day, one of Apple's biggest smartphone competitors is the Samsung Galaxy. Samsung launched this line of smartphones in June of 2009. It was marketed all over the world and received great feedback from its users. Samsung later released several versions of the Galaxy as well as a Galaxy Note. Evidently, Apple has grown exponentially over the past 40 years. Since the date of its launch, Apple has acquired over 70 companies all over the world, its first being Network Innovations in 1988. To date, Apple's largest acquisition was Beats Electronics in 2014 for $3 billion. Since the launch of the iPhone, Apple has consistently promised and delivered a number of new products like the iPod Touch, Apple TV, MacBook Air, iPad, and updated versions of the iPhone, as well as innovative programs like the App Store, Apple Maps, Apple Pay, and Apple Music. In 2007, Apple Computer Inc. was renamed to Apple Inc. With the Mac, iPod, Apple TV, and iPhone, Apple was no longer focusing solely on computers. This name change reflected the company's wider focus on consumer electronics. In 2011, Apple's success and growth was widely acknowledged when it surpassed ExxonMobil as the world's most valuable publicly traded company, with a market cap of over $337 billion.
Steve Jobs passed away on October 5, 2011 after battling pancreatic cancer. His death immediately prompted reactions from people everywhere, mourning the loss in various ways. Apple stores around the world found shrines dedicated to Steve Jobs outside their doors, honoring the popular figure. Aware of Apple's popularity, new CEO Tim Cook realized the company needed to continue to grow and couldn't mourn for too long. Critics began to claim that Apple's innovation was slowing down, and Trip Chowdhury warned the company to not be complacent and said, quote, "If they become complacent, they will become the next Microsoft." Cook was aware he could not advance Apple as Jobs had done and needed to promote Jony Ive to the Chief Design Officer. Ive would then be in charge of hardware and software designs. Apple is the most expensive brand name, surpassing other major companies like Google, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and more. However, on a recent reputation study, Apple's performance was down compared to its numbers last year. The Reputation Institute remarked that the company's decline in rating could be attributed by poor performance in the survey's citizenship category. Responders do not seem to think that the company has a positive influence on society. However, Tim Cook is still looking forward for Apple. Like Amazon and Google, he wants to see Apple expand into smart home products, like using Siri for control over things such as lights and other electronics in the home.
As far as the iPhone goes as a social norm, a recent study conducted by Shalini Misra, an assistant professor in urban affairs and planning at Virginia Tech, found the conversations without iPhones were rated noticeably higher in quality compared to those with them, above and beyond the effects of age, gender, ethnicity, and mood. Additionally, higher levels of empathetic concern were reported within conversations that had no iPhones in use. Even conversations between complete strangers with the absence of iPhones were rated higher in empathy than two individuals with a close relationship who used their phones during their interaction. For decades, technology has been fast improving as exemplified by prior slides, and because of this, our everyday tasks have become increasingly easier. Businesses have used applications like the Square that allows for a customer to swipe a credit card and pay for a service anywhere, or an individual can upload their credit cards to Apple Pay and simply touch their phone screen to a card reader. Additionally, apps are a new frontier of business opportunity. Anyone can develop their own app simply based off an idea, sell it to the iTunes Store, and immediately begin creating revenue. Outside of the workspace, social changes range from the use of GPS to translation abilities at the touch of your fingertips. We are constantly able to document our lives with cameras, post updates of where we are or what we're doing, and stay connected with friends and relatives through FaceTime or even a quick Snapchat. Modern day, it is just as easy to maintain a relationship as it is to check international news online. Both are the capabilities of the iPhone. Since its debut, the iPhone has become a status symbol. It has an exclusive software that allows for iMessaging, emojis, and other benefits that are special to Apple. Certain applications are only available for Apple products, and the iPhone is among an entire product line of technologies. Oftentimes, Samsung or Android users feel left out among Apple users, as they are the most dominant brand in the technology industry. The next generation of iPhone has little concrete evidence of what features will be added, but rumors point to a few advancements that excite the tech world. We expect the release of the new iPhone, speculated to be named the iPhone 8, around September of 2017. Developers believe that there will be 3 models in the next generation, one in particular having an OLED display, also known as an organic light emitting diode, allowing the phone to be lighter and thinner than a typical LCD or liquid crystal display. The phone will also encompass a faster processor, improved camera, an integrated home button, edge-to-edge display, and wireless charging capabilities. Of course, Apple can't bring out all the stops, so there are a few features the public would like to see that we are allegedly not getting in the next release, a few of which include water and shockproof capabilities. How does Apple intend to wow us in the future? Rumor has it that they're looking into making 3D technology that recognizes faces and gestures. Additionally, they are looking into installation of iris scanning chips for improved security. This technology will work just like the movies, locking up your iPhone by recognizing your eye. It's clear that the iPhone has revolutionized the way in which society lives, and the Apple iPhone continues to push boundaries we didn't know were possible. Thanks to Steve Jobs and his constituents, we are able to enjoy today's innovations while looking forward to tomorrow's.